bro. We're going to Reigns and Lesnar again because there's nothing. We're bringing back Cena because there's nothing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Writing with Russo, with the man with the steel plates mixed with a big lump of extra plates. That best describes his bicep, man. He's got biceps of steel, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
You got to beware. I was just talking to Nikita Koloff, and
nice.
I talked to Nikita Koloff recently on my show, and man, you better watch out. Nikita's got a mean Russian sickle, but pales in comparison to this guy right here.
Did he say Magon?
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, listen, we got a cool topic to talk about. We recently had John Cena come back to Raw, and as far as just the Raw, it was 20-year anniversary of John Cena. Had Brian Danielson, had the Big Show, Paul White. It also had who else was on there that was a big surprise? Jericho. Jericho was he was a part of it too. So interestingly enough, they really did a lot of it didn't really lead to anything though. I mean, it was just just a bunch of segments and videos and stuff like that. So Vince, my question to you as we jump right in is, do you think that WWE dropped the ball on potentially making that moment a moment to build a story for SummerSlam?
Well, how much time do we have between now and SummerSlam, Chris? What are we looking at?
As we have a month.
Wow, so there's only about 4 weeks. Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Like, listen, man, if you want to do this the right way, it's 3 months in the making.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about that. If you want to do it the right way, but bro, listen, they've showed us there's no planning. I mean, there's absolutely no planning. I mean, bro, I always put over. I think my best storyline was The Rock joining the corporation, bro. That was 3 months. I mean, that was like 3 months of telling that story and dropping little hints, and that's why. Bro, the funny thing is when that happened and I was in the building, the initial turn, bro, you could hear a pin drop in the building. Like they could not believe what they were seeing. And then once it sunk in, it was like, oh man, why didn't we see that? Mm-hmm. But yeah, bro. I mean, if you want to tell a story the right way, it does take 3 months. I mean, they've got a month. So what are they going to do in a month, bro? Here's what they're going to do in a month. They're going to fight each other because Austin Theory, you think you're a younger version of me, and I've won. I mean, that's what we're talking about for a month of TV.
Yeah, and just what happened to, and the thing is, I imagine they knew that Cena was going to be a part of, this for a while, because they announced it weeks before for Laredo.
Yeah, right.
And so I know that they've been doing their Twitter thing. And so like WWE can't imagine, or they can't bank on, the large amount of people who follow the show to be glued in Twitter exchanges or Instagram exchanges. So,
I've not seen any of them, bro. Like I'm in the business. I do this for a living. Mm-hmm. I have not seen any of these Twitter exchanges. No. I would have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and they rely on stuff like that as if there's a big amount of people who do. There's a lot of people who just go in and they either post themselves, or there's a very select few who actually pay attention and scroll and have the time to scroll. So you can't really bank on something like that. And then like that, even if you capitalize on Cena being there, they did the backstage thing and it ended up Cena walking away. Like it just seems like they didn't really even have a good start with the, teasing Theory and Cena for so long. And then the time that they meet, it was just some backstage segment when Austin basically trying to roast Cena, or Theory trying to roast Cena, and then Cena walking away. Do you even think that WWE has plans for them to meet up?
I mean, bro, that's what all points we're signing to, unless Vince is now second guessing himself, and I hope he is, because he clearly should be. Because again, bro, even if you got the casual fan to tune into this, bro, they're tuning in to see Cena. And what it's going to be is who's this guy Cena's wrestling? And bro, again, no, I don't know. I'm talking about the Theory character. I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. I'm sure he's the nicest guy in the world. I'm talking about this character and the way he's been presented to us. So if the casuals see Cena's wrestling again, literally it's going to be, who is this jabron that he's wrestling? I mean, that's what it's going to be. So it's not going to mean anything. It's not going to give him a rub. It's not going to get him over. But again, bro, Chris, we're talking about what we're down to. That's what we're talking about, bro. We're going to Reigns and Lesnar again because there's nothing. We're bringing back Cena because there's nothing. So that's really what it comes down to. It's like, okay, bro, if it's not Theory, then who is it? Kevin Owens? Who is it, bro? That's the problem, bro. They've created themselves. We've been talking about this for years, Chris. We've been talking about this since they started the show. By design, nobody was going to be bigger by the WWE. That was their design. Okay, bro, you've done that. And how has it worked out for you? And not only that, bro, is you've dug yourself in such a deep hole now, because you're not going to make people mean anything overnight.
Right.
I mean, bro, you could be talking about 3 years before you have the next main eventer. Literally, unless, bro, they bring back a Bray Wyatt and they strap a rocket on his back or something like that. But if it's business as usual, bro, you could be talking 3 years till you have somebody who comes along that's believable.
Vince, even before Brock Lesnar, even before they went back to the Legends Well to get Brock Lesnar, they had Randy Orton. So, I mean, it was supposed to be Orton who had that spot. It wasn't some up and coming or some present day developed main event talent. It was someone who's been in the business for 20 years. And so, going back to your point, they're not establishing stars. Arguably the second biggest pay-per-view of the year is headlined by Roman Reigns against a legend, a shoe-in Hall of Famer. So, yeah, I agree with you 100% there.
Yeah.